Now on effects, yes, we are now on layer style. So these are layer style. Now we have bevel, stroke, inner shadow, inner gloss, satin, gradient, drop shadow, and other. So today we are on blending option altogether. They are categorized as blending option. So let's click on it. So blending option now. So before I click on blending option, don't forget I already selected what I want to work on. I want to work on this Photoshop beginners class. So that's where I want to give my style. So come here. Now blending option. So let me bring our blending option. Okay, let me just hide it a little bit. You can see what is here. Okay, cancel new layers preview. We don't have anything special much, so let me just hide it a little bit. So now our this is blending option. This is your Photoshop layer style. So where you can add style to your text, object, image, and other elements you are using for your design. So actually Photoshop makes you to add style to any object and any element. It can be in form of object, it can be in form of shape, it can be in form of texture, it can be in form of text, it can be in form of image, object, and other elements. Now let's start with bevel. We have bevel and emboss. We have under bevel and emboss. You can see we have two categories under bevel and emboss. So I won't go to here. I won't go to adding of all this one since it's a beginner class. So under bevel and emboss, we have contour, we have texture. Now this is stroke, our outline. So this is inner shadow, the shadow inner to the text or to the object, any object. Then this is inner glow, that has effects inside alone. This is satin, it has effect inside also. This color overlay, so you can overlay, you can use color overlay to overlay color on object, image, text, or anything you are trying. So these are gradients, although during the psychology class, color psychology, I already give explanation of what a gradient is. So and this is our pattern overlay. You know what pattern is, your texture. So we have outer glow. Don't forget, here we have inner glow here. So here we have outer glow. Then we have drop shadow. Yes, we have drop shadow here. So I will introduce you to these courses. So I'm sorry, I will introduce you to this style. So let's start with bevel. So let's click on bevel. Now clicking, I'm sorry, I'm already using Photoshop. You know, I've been using my Photoshop for design. So if it's, you know, if your, I believe beginners Photoshop should be default, like it should be reset to default, but I cannot uninstall my Photoshop and restore back. That takes time. So you see, once I click on Bevel, you can see I have something. There's something about Photoshop because your last action, the last action performed under Bevel is what automatically pop up once I click it. So don't be confused. Probably your own doesn't show something like this. You have to set them here. So now we are on Bevel. So our Bevel is marked already. So I will now click on. You can see it is the selected one now. So once it's the selected one, then I have here I have style, inner Bevel, emboss, pillow, emboss, stroke, emboss. So let's use emboss. You can see the changes here. Just focus on this area. So let's choose outer bevel. That one has effect outside. Inner bevel, it has effect inside the text. Let's use pillow emboss. So we can see that. Then let's use stroke emboss. So that's how bevel works. So but I prefer inner bevel always. So now we have our depth. So you can control your depth. One thing about this area is that you need constant practice. So you can see, so you just want to just try and play around it, check it, so you begin to have some orientation, and once you have projects like that you need to work on, then you will understand what to use. Then our direction is up already, so let's try that. You can see the direction is down. I think I like this down. So the size of your bevel, the size, let's increase the size. You can see that. Wow, wow, oh my god, wow, this is lovely. So let's, you can see that. So I think I'm okay with this, or let me reduce a little bit. No, I'm okay with this. Now our softening, let's increase. You can see the softening increase, so let's reduce it. Oh wow, it's like I like this one. Yes, you can see we already added style to our Photoshop. You can see it's now looking rosy, looking interesting. So then our, okay, technique smooth, you can use anyone. Let's try chisel. This is chisel. Let's try chisel soft. I think I like chisel hard. It's like I love this chisel hard. Yes, I'll use chisel hard. So you can as well rotate it here. Let's try and rotate our direction or more. So you can see that this is one of the most interesting part of Photoshop class for beginners. I'm sure you guys will begin to be like, ah, wow, this is lovely, this is interesting. So now our gloss contour now. Let's try and use different style. Okay, but I will stick to Okay, I'll stick to this. Yeah. So that's how you continue checking around here. So if you want to activate contour, you click on activate contour, then you will now click on it. So once you select it, you can see it shows contour for you, but I didn't need contour. So if you want to add texture, you click on activate texture, you click on it. So let's see the texture. We have some default texture. Let's say we're adding this texture. Okay, the scaling, you can see it's already having effects on it. So but I didn't need texture too. I will need texture. I like this texture. Let me keep it. Now that's all on Bevel. Now let's move to stroke. So let me just off Bevel. I didn't need Bevel again. Now let's move to stroke. Now this stroke now give us outline. It give us outline. So now once you click on it, you make sure you click on it to select to activate it. So you see when if I should mark bevel now and I didn't click on it here, it will not show me the layer style because I'm having stroke. So if I click on bevel here, you can see it change to layer style. So let me off bevel. So if I should only mark here and I didn't click on it, I will not have the option of stroke. So I have to click on it. Do you guys understand that? So you have to any of the style you're using, you have to make sure it is the selected one. Now, so our fonts, let's change the color. Let's change it to red so you can see our stroke. So we can increase our stroke size. You can see that is too much. Let's use one. You see one. Let's use two. You see. So that's stroke. So you can change any color. So we now have stroke. The position of this one is inside. So you can change it to outside. I've changed that to outside. You can see the strokes outside now. So then you can control blending mode. All this one you can control it, but that's advanced knowledge. So that would be for the pro class. This is not for beginners. So you can control it. So when it's time for, let's just give it to normal. So you know that you will know that yourself. So and you can as well learn it yourself if you are the type that can twist around words very well. So we are done with stroke. Let's off stroke. The inner shadow. So we want to put shadow to the inner activated, let me activate small. The opacity, I want it to show very well. You can see I've increased the opacity. The distance. You see the distance, I've increased the distance. The size, let me increase the size. You can see that. So let me reduce the size a little bit. So that's how to work around inner shadow. So you can change the color also. It's in black already. So let's change it to light green or dark green. Or let's try another colors too. So we are done with that. Let's change the blending mode too. Yes, let's use vivid light. Okay, how about overlay? Okay, so we are done with inner shadow. So let's try inner glow. So this inner glow, you can see the glow is glowing inside already. You will see it. So let's increase the choke. So that's how inner gloss works too. So then satin, let's give it satin. So this is satin already. So you can increase the opacity of our satin. You can see that you can as well change the color. Let me change the color. You can do where to change the color of your satin too. So you can do that on satin and you can increase the opacity of your satin and others. So let's off that too. Then our color overlay, you can give it any color of your choice. So you can change the color to any color overlay. So and you can increase and reduce the opacity of your color overlay also. So we have gradient overlay, so you can give it gradients. Once you click on gradient, you activate it. So you come here, your gradients. So we have default gradients. So these are defaults under basic. You open it, you have here under blues. You see, you can see the gradients. So you can give your text gradients on blah 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 all this stuff. So and you can control the direction, angle, rectangle. You see, oh sorry, scaling. Let me increase the scaling to 100%. So you can control the angle. You can change the style. This is linear. You can change to radial. You can see that. You can change it. Oh God. So you can as well change it to angle. You see that. You can as well change it to reflected. You can change it to diamond. But me, I prefer to use either this radial and linear. But I prefer linear most. So we are done with that. And you can increase the scaling. You can see as I'm increasing the scaling, that's how they will fade in to each other. So that's what gradient is working. Then we have pattern overlay, so you can use pattern, different pattern to overlay. So you can download more pattern. If you want to download more pattern, you come here, then you import pattern. You import pattern. So that's that on that. When we get to pro class, you can handle that. So then we have outer glow. So outer glow, forget this inner glow. So this glow is working outside. So let's increase the size. It's because we have a white background, that's why you didn't see the glow outside. So now the drop shadow. So let's click on shadow. So you see the shadow. Let's increase the opacity. Let's make it solid black, or let's use a black green. So We have the shadow already, so let's put it to normal, please. Yes, normal. Let's reduce the size. So how you want your shadow to will determine the size, how you want it to fade. So that's shadow. Let's reduce the size. So then you can control it. You want to control the shadow, you will now bring your mouse outside. You want it controlling in here, you control it. Sorry, your angle, you control the angle where you want your shadow to face from here. If you are using Windows system, you can control it from outside like this, but this mark is not controlled. So that's all you need to know about your blending style, your bevel, your stroke, inner shadow, inner gloss, satin overlay, pattern, graded overlay, and oh god, and drop shadow. So all these functions, all this style, you can apply it on a single design. Now let's make it practical now. Let me close it now, and I want to design this text now using my so I'll come Bevel. So now follow me. Now you see I've introduced those tools to you with calling me. So I've introduced those tools to you already. So now follow my step. Now let me start with gradients. Let me give it gradients on gradients. Let me give it let me look for blues. Let me use okay, let me use this. Okay, let me give it gradient. Now let me give it what else again? I want to show you that you can apply more, two or more, and more this thing. So let me this is my eyedropper. I've explained that in the earlier class. Let me use it to pick color. So okay, let me just pick this. Okay, I will increase the opacity of my eyes too much. I just want to show you that you can, so that you can know you can actually use two or more eyeball size. Okay, it's okay like that. What else? Do I need inner shadow? No, I didn't. Should I give it Bevel? No, I didn't want it. I love something simple. So I'm using satin. Let me use inner glow. Yes. Let me change my inner glow shape. I'll change the color to this color. Let me increase the opacity of my inner glow. You can see my inner glow is the one that is giving inner outline in here. Don't worry, after the final, I will zoom to details. This is so much, it's so much, it's so much. Okay, 2 is okay. Then let me increase the opacity. Yeah. So I think I love that. Do I need shadow? Okay. Let me give it black. No, a blue shadow. Blue drop down. But I didn't know what's wrong actually. Let me use normal. I didn't know what's actually wrong with my shadow. Okay. Okay. No. No. So this is how to twist around style, yeah, style. Until you are satisfied. Let me see this spread. Until you're actually satisfied with what you have. Well, I will reduce the opacity. I didn't like the shadow like that. I normally try to avoid shadow at times sake. Okay. Yeah. So I've added that. This my inner glow is like it's too much. Let me reduce the opacity. Yes, reduced. Then contour. No, I didn't even want to be well at all. So I'm okay with that. Yes, I'm okay with this, and I will click on OK. So let me give it a gradient view. So this is how to play around your design. Okay. Yeah. Good. So Photoshop beginners class, blending option. So yeah, see you next class.